Everybody, Miss Kennedy here. Today we are going to just kind of fill in some information about net forces. So by this point, we have already done a reading. We've done lots of different station activities digitally with our net force stations. So we should pretty much know all this information. We're just going to put it into notes so that we have it to keep in our notebook forever and refer back to. All right, so what is net force? In class, we've talked about this a lot. Net force, it's going to be the sum, or I'm not going to say sum. I'm going to say the total. Net force is the total of all forces. Because as someone pointed out the other day, it might not be the sum because you might be subtracting. So if forces, this is referring to forces. So if the forces are all in the same direction, you add, and you guys did this on the stations yesterday. If they're in the opposite direction, then we subtract. And then the direction of the net force. So whenever you calculate net force, you must include the direction. So you have to say the net force is 50 newtons to the right. So the direction of the net force is, we're going to say in the direction of greater force. In the direction of greater force. So wherever the greatest force is, that's the direction it'll go. And again, guys, most of this is just common knowledge. We're just putting it down in notes form. So forces in opposite directions. So this is telling us these forces are in opposite directions. So what do we do if they're in opposite directions? We subtract. So we know that we are subtracting 8 from 10. So 10 minus 8. I'm going to put up here 10 minus 8, and those are all newtons. That is a total of 2 newtons. So this has a net force of 2 newtons, and it's going in the direction of greatest force, so that's to the left. On the next one, this says forces are in the same direction, so they're going in the same direction, so we add. So if I do 4 newtons plus 9 newtons, I get 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total newtons. All right, thank you guys for watching this. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our activity for the day. I'm going to work through a few of these real quick. So this will go in your notebook. Nice little foldable, fold it over. Or if you do a digital version, that's fine too. So here's our assignment for today. It's the net forces worksheet. So I'll work through maybe 1 or 2. I'll pull up number 1. So number 1, there's nothing on this right side. And you know what? I'm going to underline this. It says be sure to include the direction of the net force. Okay, so if there is nothing happening over here, all I have is 4. I have 4 newtons pushing, or in this case it's pulling, to the left. So my net force is very easy. It's 4 newtons left. Or if you'd rather draw an arrow, that's fine too. Okay, and then let's do this down here, or to the side. So this says I have 7 newtons to the left, 2 newtons to the right. These are going opposite directions. So I subtract 7 newtons minus 2 newtons. That gives me a total of 5 newtons. And then if I go down one more, we'll go to number 4. 6 newtons to the right and 3 newtons to the right. They're going the same direction. Even though they're on opposite sides of this box, they're still going the same way. This person's pulling it, this person's pushing it, or whatever's going on. But we've got a pull and a push in the same way. So 6 newtons plus 3 newtons, that gives me a total of 9 newtons. And the direction is to the right, or I can say to the right. All right, and so that's how we're going to work those out. If you get down here and you're confused, just remember that these are all pushing the same way. These are all pushing the same way. These are pushing opposite ways. And this down here is kind of fun. These are going the same direction, but this one is not. So keep that in mind as you work through. And on the back side, you guys will have some definitions, and depending on your class, you might have word problems or you might be creating different scenarios. Okay, make sure you guys ask if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.